What's up, everyone, and welcome to the channel. This is the video I have been so excited to film, and it's the start of a brand new weekly series where we're going to try and answer the ultimate investing question. What is the best way to grow your money? Is it the set it and forget it Robo-Advisor? Is it just buying the S&P 500 and walking away? Or is it picking your own stocks? Well, we're going to find out. I've started an experiment. I have funded 4 different brokerage accounts with $1,000 each to see which one performs the best over time. This is week 1, the setup week. We're going to introduce our 4 contenders, see how they are set up, and establish our starting baseline. And stick around to the end, because one of these accounts is already in the lead by a pretty shocking amount. Alright, let's get into our first contender. This is the old guard, the trusted name, the Vanguard Digital Advisor. So, this is Vanguard's Robo-Advisor service. I set this account up, answered their questionnaire, and told them to be very aggressive. I'm young. I've got a long time horizon. I want this thing to go for maximum growth. Vanguard took my $1,000 and here's how it immediately invested it. So, this is a classic, diversified, to-fund portfolio. VTI basically buys you a tiny piece of every stock in the entire US stock market. VXUS buys you a piece of almost every stock outside the US. Vanguard's very aggressive strategy is basically 98.5% stocks, 1.5% cash. No bonds. This is our set it and forget it baseline. Starting balance, $1,000. A solid, simple, diversified start. Let's see how it does. Next up, contender number 2. This is the new school Robo-Advisor, the Robinhood managed account using their Robinhood Strategies. Just like with Vanguard, I put in $1,000 and set this account to its most aggressive setting. And right off the bat, we've got a little bit of action. The current balance is $1,002. So we're already up $2. We'll take it. Now, what I find really interesting is Robinhood's aggressive allocation. Let's look at the asset mix. US stocks, 80.8%. International stocks, 14.64%. US bonds, 4.65%. Cash, 0.63%. This is super interesting to me. Vanguard's most aggressive setting had 0 bonds. Robinhood's most aggressive setting still holds about 4.6% in US bonds. Also, look at the US versus international split. Vanguard was about 70 to 30 US to international. Robinhood is more like 85 to 15, favoring US stocks much more heavily. 2 different aggressive philosophies from 2 different robo-advisors. This is exactly what I wanted to test. Which one will be right? Starting balance, $1,002. Okay, on to contender number 3. This is the one you'll always hear about on the news. This is the benchmark, the S&P 500 only account. For this strategy, I took $1,000 and bought just one thing, VOO, which is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. This ETF holds the 500 largest and most profitable companies in the United States. Think Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google. You get the idea. The theory here is simple. Why try to beat the market when you can just be the market? This is our boring contender. It's the baseline that all the active managers and robo-advisors are trying to beat. And it looks like our $1,000 has also had a good start. The current balance in this account is $1,002.82. So, just by buying VOO and doing nothing, we're already beating the Vanguard Robo-Advisor and the Robinhood Robo-Advisor. It's only been a few days, but still it's too close to call. And that brings us to our 4th and final contender. This is the one I'm most nervous and most excited about. This is the self-managed account. This is the wild card. This is my strategy. Okay, so remember how the other accounts were at $1,000, $1,002, and $1,002.82. Well, the self-managed account, which I also funded with $1,000, is currently sitting at $1,081.99. That's right. We are already up almost $82, and we're just getting started. The wild card is in the lead by a mile. So you're asking, what did you buy? I knew this account would be my chance to invest in themes and companies that I personally believe in. So here's what I've decided to invest my initial $1,000 in for this week's starting lineup. First, nuclear energy. I am very bullish on nuclear energy as a clean, reliable energy source for the future. So I've bought Oklo Incorporated. It's a company that engages in the development of fission reactors. It provides clean energy through the design and deployment of fast fission power plants. Second, Robinhood. I know. I'm using Robinhood for one account, but I'm investing in the company itself in this account. I think they have a ton of room to grow, so I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Third, Vanguard's VPU ETF. This is the Vanguard Utilities ETF. I like this as a stable, dividend-paying core for the portfolio. Even when the economy is weird, people still pay their electric and water bills. And fourth, Kohl's KSS. This is my gut feeling pick. Kohl's is one of my favorite stores to shop at. I think their partnership with Sephora is brilliant, and I think the stock is undervalued. It's a bit of a gamble, but that's why this is the wildcard account. So that's the strategy. A mix of a long-term theme, a growth stock, a stable ETF, and a personal value play. And so far, it's working out big time. Okay, so week 1 is in the books. We've introduced our 4 contenders, and we have our starting balances. Let's put up the official week 1 leaderboard. The wildcard account is off to a massive start, already up over 8%. The S&P 500 and Robinhood accounts are just slightly in the green, and the Vanguard Digital Advisor is holding steady at our $1,000 starting point. I am so excited to see where this goes. What's next? Now, here's where the real experiment begins. This week was just the setup. Starting next week, and every single week after, I will be depositing $50 of new money into each of these 4 accounts. That's $200 a week, every week split evenly. This will test not only how these initial investments perform, but how each strategy puts new money to work. Will the Robo-Advisors reinvest it smartly? How will I dollar cost average into my self-managed picks? And will the S&P 500 just keep chugging along? This is where the power of consistent investing and dollar cost averaging comes in, and I cannot wait to see which account will be in the lead next week. Thank you so much for watching the very first video in this series. I'm going to be tracking this every single week, so if you want to see how this experiment turns out, please don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss an update. I am so excited to be on this journey, and I'm pumped to have you all along with me. Drop a comment down below. Which of the 4 contenders do you think will have the most money after 1 year? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.